Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Llama, and today I am casting a game between LooZerg, our red Zerg here in the, I say, 130 position, and a blue Terran Eskabor who has spawned over in the 1030-ish position. So this is going to be a TVZ, and this is going to be on Entombed Valley. And happy patch 1.4.3. This game was not actually cast in that patch. This was a couple days before it. But I figured I might as well talk about the patch because it did just come out today. This is Friday the 21st. So first off, we do have the Phoenix upgrade, which will be on the Fleet Beacon, I believe. And that does give +2 range to your Phoenix. So that is there to go ahead and help deal with the current Zerg muta metagame, where Zergs just mass mutas and go around, and there's not too much that Protoss players can do, as they are really having trouble dealing with all these mutas right now, unless they just do some sort of 2-base all-in to try and counter it or something like that. But they're getting stuck in their base, and they lately have just been having a lot of trouble with that. So that Phoenix upgrade should be helpful there. It is on the Fleet Beacon, so that is going to be a little bit of a tech up and upgrade away, so it's not something immediate that they can just grab off their cybernetics core or anything like that, but definitely useful. So I'd like to see how that starts to play out in the game and stuff, see how things change, see what Zerg starts to do differently if Protoss are able to defend better with that, or possibly use that in some sort of early aggression from the Protoss player. Also in the patch, we do have two Terran differences. The first one is, and really quickly before I do that, we do have our Terran player opening up with a fast command center. Straight up, one supply depot into command center. I have never seen that before, I don't believe. Possibly once, but that was at the expansion. So, yeah, this is very interesting. So he saw his opponent there open with that hatch first, and he decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get an expansion here first. So he does complete his wall-in with a barracks before the Zerg does scout it with his drone right here. However, he is going to be able to get this Overlord in here, I would assume, and see what's up. So anyways, going back to the patch, so we do have Terran, Ghost, which are going to be losing that snipe ability. Or not losing it, but decreasing damage from 45 down to 25, I believe. So that is going to be a huge loss for them, especially against late game Ultralisk and Broodlords in TVZ, where they were mostly used there. And I know I've played many games where it is just extremely annoying, because you just deal with a player who gets mass ghost and can just snipe all of your Ultralisk as they come in before they can even get any hits off or anything like that, especially using that late scroll technique. So that is one nerf that Terran has received. And another nerf that Terran has received is mules only bring in 30 minerals per patch regardless of which patch it is. So this does prevent Terrans from being able to go to a gold command center, or go to a gold and drop 15 mules on that gold and mine it out really fast to get a huge income or anything like that. So those are going to be the changes in the patch. And right now we do see our Zerg player scouting out here with 4 lings. He feels pretty safe, obviously. Has he seen that command center? Yes, he has. So he saw that command center, which is why he is droning up right now. He feels safe to get some more economy. Not going to expand or anything, but he is going to just start attacking these supply depots, as there is not a Marine. There is one Marine right here that is able to defend here, and he is going to pull SCVs to repair, and yes, that is going to force back these lings. In the meantime, we do have 2 factories going down and another barracks. And this factory is getting a reactor, so it looks like we are going to be seeing some sort of Hellion Marine push, something along those lines. Possibly get a tank if he does drop a tech lab right here. What does he drop? He drops another reactor, so he is just going tons of Hellions. He does not have the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade though, so I am curious to see that. Our Zerg player in the meantime has not been mining much gas at all. Just has one guy on that gas after he picked up speed there. So it looks like he is just trying to maximize his economy there. Tons of drones. Looks like he is a little oversaturated in his main, so he could use could move a few of those drones down here to his natural. In the meantime, he is going to throw up a macro hatchery and a third hatchery, so he is definitely feeling very safe at the moment. Does not feel like there's anything coming, and yes, he's building 6 more drones, but he is going to have to be careful, as these 2 factories are double producing these Hellions. So there are going to be a lot of Hellions on the map in a very short time, and all our Zerg player has right now are roaches to deal with that. Ling, sorry. He does not have any roaches, any spine crawlers, anything like that. So getting a little bit greedy, I would say. And if Eskabor does push out, he could do some good harass here, and yes, he is going to push out. Meantime, Lair Tech is going down now for our Zerg player, and Stim is going down for our Terran player. So these Hellions are going to push out across the map, and let's see what his vision is. So he doesn't have too much vision. He does not know if there are roaches or anything like that, but he is going to go ahead and push in and check with these Hellions. Always a good thing to do, and he should be pleasantly surprised as he gets up here. There are just a couple of queens and Zerglings, so 6 Hellions should be able to do a lot of damage here. The queens are going to have to stand there, and is he going to get a run by? It does not look like he is. Great micro by those Zerglings, but it is not going to be enough to deal with all of these Hellions. These Hellions are going to take out those Lings, but there are 3 queens here that are going to just pick away. In the meantime, these Hellions are going to be sniping a few drones as they can. 28 Zerglings on the way for our Zerg player, so a lot of larvae that he had saved up there. He is on 4 hatch right now, and these Hellions get trapped by 3 queens right here, and they are going to just take a lot of damage. He does pick up a few workers and a few Lings here, but that was a nice defense there by our Zerg player. He does clean it up very well. And let's see how many units were killed. Only 10 workers killed. So that does still leave our Zerg player in the lead of Harvesters, 42 to 33. And in the production tab, we do see that he is now getting that +1 for his Zerglings. So it does look like he is going to be sticking to that Zergling tech here for a little bit at least, as he does have 2 Evo chambers actually down now. He has a lair up, so nothing has been built off that lair. And we do see spine crawlers coming down from that Zerg player, so good to have at his 3rd there, as he does not have the creep yet connecting that. And so if Hellions were to come by, he would have some trouble dealing with that. Only these Lings, as the queens would take a little bit of travel time. But this creep is going to be connecting soon. Meantime, we do have this Overlord over here, which possibly he might send in for some scouting information, as there is a lot to scout. We do see a reactor going down on this starport right here, so double medevac most likely going to be in effect, I would assume, pretty coming up here. And we do have this expansion finally being taken, that command server being lifted off and placed down there. So went ahead and got it really early for that orbital, but did not expand with it for a while there, but still was getting the energy, so always good. In the meantime, we do have a Spire and a Baneling Nest coming down for our Zerg players. So going into that typical Ling Muta Bling play, always fun, but he is droning up very heavy behind this, 14 drones, so he feels extremely safe at the moment, and he is going to go ahead and put some pressure on with these Lings just to check out what is going on over in the Terran player's base, see if he's taking a pivot or anything like that. He does see Marine Hellion, a lot of them right there, so he is going to back up, and that Baneling Nest will come in handy when those Marines and Hellions are pushing into the base. Here we go, we do have a couple medevacs out here, and it looks like it is going to load up 1 Hellion, so possibly going to load up more, something like that. Go in, always great to do some drop stuff like that, as the spine crawlers here are at the front of this base, so if he came in around back, he could drop some Hellions in there, burn off a lot of those drones. Our Zerg player is at 70 drones already, over the 40, so he is a little bit behind in supply terms, and he is a supply blocked at the current moment, but having that 70 supply 70 drones is great for his saturation, so he can start taking a 4th base pretty soon, I would assume, and really start getting up to maxing out. Typical Zerg players do max out from between 12 and 14 minutes, so it does look like he is going to be a little bit behind that number, but he did have that time dealing with the Hellions and such, and this is only a platinum game, so you can't expect them to play perfect. You can't expect perfection at any level. In the meantime, we do have a push coming in here from our Terran player. He is going to push in with these Hellions and these Marines right here. Burn off one creep tumor right there, so just go ahead and stop that production. But there are 6 creep tumors going down right now. And are they all going to get canceled? No, only it looks like 3 of those are going to get canceled. Or destroyed, I mean, sorry. And we do have this push just kind of standing on the creep right here. It is going to be against these Lings, and all these Banelings are running right into these. Oh, the Marines and Hellions were unable to move out of the way before they were surrounded. And all of the Marines and Hellions go down. And here we go, a mass of Lings is coming out. We do have upgrades coming down right now. Pathogen glands on the way. And LooZerg says, oh, there was an army there. He acts like he did not even see this. So, looks like LooZerg throwing out a little preemptive GG there for his opponent. But I do not think Eskabor is ready for that yet. Though we do see a push finally coming in here. It is just going to be a lot of Zerglings coming in to attack this army. Hellions are going to get surrounded. But they are going to do a decent amount of damage against these Lings, but is it going to be enough? It does not look like it is. There are SCDs being pulled, but the Banelings are here, and they take a few big hits right there, able to take out the SCDs, get a nice little surround on those SCDs, and he is going to take out these turrets, these supply depots, and possibly push up into the main. Oh, he is able to get that locked down, so these Zerglings are going to get burned away before the supply depot finishes, and he is not going to pull any of those Lings. So he does force this natural to lift off, but he is unable to enter the base as there are Hellions guarding down right here, and he is just going to burn all of his Lings right here to try and get in, and no, he realizes that is not the right idea, as those 4 Hellions standing there are able to just do so much damage. We do have right now a Greater Spire going down though after this hive. So almost finished, and there are Corruptors on the way. So it looks like our Zerg player is going to transition into that Hive Tech and get those units out. Always a great time to do that, around 15-16 minutes, get that Hive and everything. But there was a big Baneling bust that came through. There was that weak supply depot, and the Banelings get in there. And it looks like there are Infestors over here that throw down some Infested Terrans to deal with these medevacs, and they are able to easily clean it up, and there we go, pushing into the base, and Eskabor leaves the game. No GG, but that preemptive GG from LooZerg probably upset him a little bit. So good game, well won there by LooZerg. Nice drone saturation, way to really tech up well and stuff with that Hive, that Greater Spire, and just a good push there and able to catch that Terran off guard as he was coming up the ramp. So GG, well won, Mr. Llama out.